Hello guys and welcome back to Brown's Boutiques. I am Megan and today is March 24th, 2020. So it's the 24th day of National Crochet Month, and it's also we're in this time of stay at home and don't go outside, don't go, social distancing, all that stuff. And I, however, still have to go to work because I am an essential employee because I clean medical buildings, doctor's offices, things like that. So I still have to go to work, which I'm very thankful for because I'm very thankful for my job. It's very important to me. And so yeah, but today, enough about that for now. I'm sure you guys have heard enough. I know I've heard enough about all that stuff for now. So we're staying healthy. I hope you guys are too. I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you guys are not sick with this virus that's going around. And so, but today I am going to be working on the zebra blanket that I started. It's like a throw, it's the zebra print. It's this right here that I've been working on that I'm loving how it's turning out. I love the pattern that's creating with the variegated yarn. It's super soft and it's coming along really well. And I do have more of this yarn. It's actually this right here. I started this and it was a, I was knitting it, as you can see. It's knitted, so it's a little bit different stitching. It's actually still on my needle. one of my needles still here that I was working on. And I started this, I can't remember how many years ago I started this. And it's something that I was working on periodically, and then when I gave up knitting to crochet, strictly crochet, it was one of the projects that fell behind. And so I never really picked it back up again. I was just really not into it. I don't even really, this sounds bad, I'm not really even sure about knitting anymore, since crochet has taken over pretty much my crafting right now. And so, but I'm like, I have all this yarn, I'm not wanting to finish this project to knit, and so I figured may as well just take all this yarn that I've been using to knit with. It's the same brand, same style and everything, same lot number and everything. It's just, it's a little bit more faded because it's a little older. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to cut off this skein that's right here so I can use this up, and then I'm going to take all of this apart. Now I'm just going to show you a little bit of it today because it's going to take way too long to do, but it will be reused and put into the throw that I'm making. So I'm not going to waste this yarn. I'm just going to repurpose it and go and add it to this to work some more on this throw that I'm making. So I'm just taking some little scissors that came in sewing kit that my mom had or I had. There. So this skein I will use up, and then I will work on taking this apart. And I'm really kind of sad to see it go, but it's just when you have different passions that come up, you really kind of just have to follow your passion and go a different way. And follow your passion, follow your creativity wherever it will go. And this is just something that fell by the wayside, unfortunately. But I'm just going to start by taking it off. And it kind of, this sounds weird. I'm really happy to be using this yarn again for, to continue working on this other project I'm making. But it's just kind of sad to see it come off this because it's been on here for so long. And it's so tight because I was a tight knitter. You can really tell when your tension is really tight. You can tell that you're stressed, like when you're crocheting and when you're knitting. And so, but it's just gonna, just slides right off the needle. These were actually the first set of needles I got. I don't know if my cousin gave them to me or if I bought them. I don't really remember. But I have a few set of needles. These are 13-inch needles. You can see. Yeah, they're 13-inch needles. So just a silver pair of needles. The other one's on the floor over here. So I'm going to put these away so my son cannot get these. Because they're blunt, but they're still sharp enough they could definitely do damage if he got them. So I'm going to put them where he can't get to them and put them up for now. Maybe I'll pick it back up at another time. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. But right now I'm just mainly focusing on my crochet. And so I'm just going to set that over to the side, out of the way here, and then find where the yarn was. And then you just kind of pull it off. You just kind of, you can see the loops are just kind of falling off. But yeah. So like I said, it is kind of sad to see this go. I had got a good start on it. Sorry, I'm hiccuping, you'll have to forgive me. It's just, things happen, things change, you find it happens sometimes. You know, you start a project and you're really into it, and then you're like, oh, well, I'm not really feeling that project like I was before. And so then you're like, well, let's just start over. And that's totally okay. That's totally fine. It happens. You know, you have a good idea for a few, you know, for a time, and then you start making like, you know what? This really isn't turning out how I wanted it to, especially if it's a different kind of yarn. I've done some crazy colors before myself that I'm like, oh, I love that coloring. But then when I start crocheting with it or using it, it doesn't look as good as I thought it did. And I'm like, maybe this will just be a piece for myself. Or a family member who's very generous in taking it off my hands for me. They're like, oh, hey, it's warm. I don't care what color it is. You know, or they just want to support me, you know. But, you know, things happen like that. And you just got to go with it and, you know, try and use it for something else. Or just have it wait for something else to be used in the future. So, but yeah, I'm just taking this apart. Like I said, this is going to take a while, and I will be starting a, with this end here, once I get to the end here, I'm going to start making a skein ball, which is where you just kind of, at least how I learned it, was you take some of the tail, so it's sticking out on the end. And usually you take it from the end of the yarn that you're, like if you pull it out from the middle, or if you take it off from the side, if you've already started working with the skein, and you just take it, have a little bit of tail sticking out the bottom, and I wrap it around my thumb because it's an easy spot, and you just kind of go around. There's really no rhyme or reason to it. It's not really a science. You just kind of go around a couple times. And then what I like to do is I kind of just take the wad that's on the thumb and I just kind of move it around the thumb. So I can start another little section. And then you can just kind of do that around. Some people have like styrofoam balls that they can take some of the yarn and like pin it into the styrofoam ball, and then they wrap it around the ball. Some people, if it's a small enough skein, they can just wrap it around their fingers like that. But that doesn't really stay secure for me, so when I found that someone on YouTube was making balls out of it, because what's nice about the skein balls, if I can find one, I don't have one near me, but it's just a ball, and then the little tail that you have hanging out the bottom that you leave a little bit, that's where you pull from. It just comes straight out of the top of the ball. The ball will not roll until it gets a little further down, used up. But you can just pull straight out of it, and then you just keep pulling out of it, and it's right there to use. You don't have to worry about a skein like this that you have to unravel, and it rolls all around, and it can go roll off the table and everything. And so yeah, that's just what this is going to be about. Sorry it's kind of a quick video, but it's just showing you that you can reuse yarn for other projects. If you find that you're not really into the project you were working on, it's completely okay, completely fine to do that. So I'm going to be working on this for a couple, see how long it takes to unravel it all. But then I will be restarting on my throw that I am crocheting. So I'm excited to keep working on that, excited to see it get a little bigger. And then I will definitely be also buying more of this color. It's the Zebra color by Red Heart Yarn. I don't have the lot number on hand, but it's got the white, the black, and then it has like gray in it. Like, it's really hard to see on camera because of the lighting. But it's got some gray throughout in between. Ah, here we go. Here's the spot, like right here. If I can find it, there it is. So there's a little bit of gray gradient right there from the black and stuff. So it's really pretty. It turns out really nice, really interesting. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you do, you can give it a like and subscribe down below for more videos. And the month is almost over. I'm hoping to continue this into April. It's just with the sickness going around and everything, I wasn't sure what was going on with my job and trying to get my family situated. So I was kind of taking a break from videos again. It's just life happens, and none of us were expecting anything like this to happen. So it kind of just really affected a lot of people. And so I'm hoping to get back into this. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You can always comment down below on whatever you'd like to see me do next. If there's any kind of certain projects you want to see me make or yarn to use, you can always try that. So I want to thank you for watching. Happy crocheting and happy crochet month. Bye.